Hi everyone and welcome. This is an X-ray tube. When you break your arm and have to go for an X-ray and they take a photo of your broken arm, this is the actual device that produces the X-rays. Over there, the glowing bit is called the filament. It's connected to the negative side of this tube and it produces electrons. The electrons will be drawn to the anode and it will hit the anode. That's why you see there's a ring on the anode, and which will then produce X-rays. This side here is the anode side, as I said, and your anode power gets connected here, and that's your positive, and your negative gets connected this side. This specific one will handle up to 150,000 volt, 150 kV, and this can handle single loads of up to 100 kilowatts. That's 100 kilowatts on large focus and around 40 kilowatts on small focus. There are two of them, as you can see. Both are glowing at this stage. By changing the brightness like this, you change the amount of electrons that will be released that will hit the anode, which will then increase the MA. When you increase the MA or the current through it, you actually change the brightness of your final image, because it will give you a more condensed beam. When you change the voltage or the kV that gets applied across it, it will adjust the contrast of your image. So for a chest X-ray, that will be an X-ray for your lungs. You will use maybe 117 kV and 4.5 MAS, so that you can see through the ribs. When you want to take a picture of your ribs, you will reduce the the kV to maybe 60 or 63 kV, but then you need to increase the MA again to be able to get more brightness so you can see your ribs better. For your hand, you would do something like 50,000 volts and 4 milliampere seconds. The MAS is the MA that we produce by changing the filament brightness, like this, multiplied by the time. Shorter times is more desirable for stuff that can move, like lungs. So if you do a photo of your lungs, you want to get the X-ray as short as possible so that you don't have a blurry image. Well, for things that's stationary like your hands, you can use lower MA in a longer time and lower kV to give you a more well-defined image, so you can see the fine details of the bones and fractures and so on better. This unit features a rotating anode. Usually there's a coil that sits across here which will spin the inside part. I don't know if you can see that, but the anode doesn't move when I rotate the tube. It's fairly stationary due to its inertia. This bearings in here are very well balanced and adjusted, and they are smooth. As I said, this can handle up to 100 kilowatts. That heat will transfer through the shaft onto the rotor bit, then through the bearings out here into the oil. That's how they get rid of the heat. This anode will spin at around 3000 RPM in normal speed systems. However, if you have got 150 or 180 Hz supply, like in the 3-phase, this will spin up to 9700 RPM. If you would expose any stationary, you'll have 100 kilowatts hitting the anode in one spot, which will melt it. So by spinning it, you virtually increase the size of it. So if you spin at slow speed, it will maybe expose on this portion of the anode. If you spin it faster, it will distribute it over a bigger part. If you spin it fast enough, it will distribute it right around, and you have virtually an anode that's 10 times the size of this one. That's how they can get all the heat to be dissipated by this, by spinning it really fast, and then you distribute the heat all over the circumference of the unit, which will then heat it up gradually all over and allow it to handle a lot more punch or a stationary anode. This glass housing is sealed and it's got a vacuum inside. So the vacuum is to stop you from getting sparks that will be conducted in air, and thereby you can control the amount of electrons that gets passed from the cathode to the anode, and then you can also control the X-rays. These things are not very efficient. Anything from 90% up of your power is actually generated in the form of heat and not really in X-rays. So they're not very efficient when it comes to making X-rays. However, they do the job. And that is the inside of an X-ray tube. A glass thing with a little motor, a thing that spins, and a light that glows. And this is a thing that can save your life. After an accident, when they take you to hospital, they do X-rays and they'll see what's wrong with you without even needing to ask you, usually. I hope you enjoyed the short video and know more about X-ray tubes.